Hey guys, welcome to Waste Not Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday and we take junk, things people would throw away, and we turn them into home decor. If you want to shop the paint and products you're going to see us use here today, be sure to visit JamieRayVintage.com. Did Caitlin get this up or no?
It is up,
okay.
And she has a link for it.
Caitlin is going to drop the link, but today we're doing a Advent ornaments using cardboard. This is a throwback to 2019. That's the first year I used cardboard ornaments. And actually, ironically, it's like trending.
It's really popular now.
It's trending. And I'm like, hey, I did that in 2019. And I've been wanting to do this for a while because we always do Advent with our kids. Our tradition is that I'm sure it's not like original, but we read a scripture every night leading up to Christmas. And so the PDF that Caitlin's going to link is just this PDF that has the King James versions with 24 scriptures. This is leading up, right? These ones are leading up to the birth of Christ.
I compiled the list of scriptures. There's Isaiah 7, verse 14, Micah 5, verse 2.
You don't need to tell most.
Anyway, if you go look at the PDF, they're like, those are Old Testament scriptures with the exception of the Luke one.
So prophesy
of Christ coming. And then I have Luke 2, which is the story of Christ's birth.
So all total, there are 24 scriptures. So if you want to do the Advent at home, you can do this with them. And we are going to use our JRV Advent paper because it has 24 images. It's got the numbers. But if you didn't have this, you could decoupage or color or whatever. Like really just use what you have. The nice thing about these is I think they're like $3.95 a sheet. Am I right? No, $6.95.
No. Yeah, not
$6.95. $6.95 a sheet. If you buy two, it's free shipping. But like I said, this
$3.95.
Sorry.
That would have been like
this is a free printable. And you could just do whatever on the other side. It really doesn't matter. We think we're gonna like put them on the tree, and then the kids will have to find the ornament with the number on the back. So anyways, sorry, we're both still under the weather. This is just a cardboard box. This
going
is
forever.
I know. Zeb's been sick for like a week and a half, and I'm on day 5. I am feeling better than I was on Monday and Saturday, so we're doing good.
I got to get this cardboard cut out quick so that.
But these are all different sizes. How do you know what you need?
I'm going to get a base, and then I'm going to go from there.
Okay, as soon as he gets me some cut, I'm going to start painting them white, and then we can decoupage these on there. I'm going to grab.
Why don't you just paint that whole thing white, and I'll just cut it as
Okay, can you hand me that?
Yeah. Did you get a brush for that?
Yeah, it's underneath your box.
There we are.
I got my paint and my brush prepped. I don't know if I stirred this. I'm using Cottage Colors because it has a built-in sealer. Occasionally, if you use DIY and you decoupage it, because it doesn't have a sealer, it'll smear, but this has the built-in sealer. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to decoupage over it.
I probably should get like a razor knife for this. It would be easier. Maybe I'll go visit that. I'll be right back.
Sometimes what happens when you paint and decoupage cardboard, if it's not thick enough, it'll curl. All you have to do when it's all the way dry is just put a heavy book on it. Are you going to get a razor, Zeb?
Yep.
All right. While he's doing that, I'll start cutting out the days here. We were smart. We got, I guess it doesn't really matter which one is numbered what, but I got 2 papers in case I mess up, and also so I know which one is number 1, number 2.
I thought scissors would, well, I'm going to leave the numbers on there.
Oh, no, I'm putting the numbers on the back.
Oh, you're putting the numbers on the back. All right.
Because otherwise you'd have to cut it like, that was my plan. We didn't really have a full meeting this morning when we were planning Waste Not Wednesday.
It's all right. I'm trying to cut careful so I don't go through the second layer of cardboard here.
Leslie says she's had it for 3 weeks. Yeah, it's all the things that didn't spread while we were wearing masks. I feel like it's now rearing its ugly head. But it's okay. We will make it through. We'll take our vitamin C, and we'll get over it. Oh. So I thought this would be fun because I'm always trying to find ways to bring Jesus into the Christmas season. And so for us, the nativity, it's been different, you know, all the different years we've done different things, but it's always been something that we do every night in December. The kids really look forward to it. We've done Lego sets in the past, but I don't know if I'm going to do Legos this year because
the older kids aren't really as into them as they used to be. Jack really loves it, but he's a quarter of what lives at home now as far as kids go.
we could give them $1 every day and you could fold it into something different.
Did you take the other one? Didn't I have 2 pieces? Oh,
I already,
never mind.
you want me to paint that one?
Nope.
I'm just cutting, so I'm staying busy.
Just hanging this over the edge.
Normally I have my Christmas tree up already, but since we've been under the weather and kind of behind from being out of town, which was literally a solid month ago, but we're still catching up.
Has it been a month already?
Yeah, we got a cow. I feel like it's been an excess amount of time. It's always busy. I like to get my tree up though way before, I get my house decorated way before Christmas. Yeah, this is the Advent decoupage paper.
Yep.
You could also do the Santa ones is really cute too. So I probably won't get to it on this live video, but I think what I'm going to do to hang these is I'm going to put resin on, like pour it out into molds and put them on each side with a ribbon. And that's how I'm going to hang them.
Are you starting to cut?
I'm just cutting these out.
Are you leaving enough room to hang, or are we?
No, I'm going to print. Remember I said we're going to pour little resin things and put on each side and then just glue the ribbon in between it. That's the plan.
Okay. Which ones do you want me to use for the resin? Is that why that's why you got more
Should we just do like the
I
first?
missed that portion of the meeting.
So I have it. Well, it was all in my head. It was the meeting in my brain. Should I just cut out the first 6 and then we'll do the rest if we have time?
Sure. I'm sure we'll have time.
Okay. But I want to at least get these so they get the idea, because once you see one.
So I probably should start pouring some resin then.
Yeah.
Let me get this painted.
They need to be smallish things. So you could do like a crowns.
Crown.
Crowns.
Not crayon.
It's not crayons. You could do the little snowflakes from Blitz. I don't know if there's any small ones on Bobble mold. The holly, just anything that you have to do 2 of it, so I can do 1 on each side.
You explained to them why we're painting the cardboard too, right?
Oh, no, I didn't. So you want to paint your cardboard white because the images are printed on tissue paper. Oh, sorry for the sniffling, guys. It's on tissue paper, so it doesn't look very bright, but once you put it with a white background, everything just perks up and brightens up. All the colors look better.
All right, I'll get this one painted and then I'll get some resin going. I was not prepared for resin, so I'm going to go grab some gloves too.
Do you have a fake or a real tree? We have 2 fake trees. This is the first
year. We talk
year.
every year of getting a real tree, and then it gets to be like time and we're like, nope, we're too busy.
Yeah. I usually decorate pretty early, so that's the other reason we don't do a real tree, because they don't last.
Because if I was going to get a real tree, I would go get a permit. We go out and cut the perfect one, and
it'd be a whole thing. We've done King of Christmas has done brand deals with us the last few years, so we have 2 trees that we got from them. This year we didn't do a brand deal, so we don't have a new tree, but I like the tree we had last year.
We have 2 really great trees.
I didn't sign up to do one.
I'm sure
when you sign up to, they probably would have done it, but when you sign up to do a brand deal, you have to do like certain pictures on certain days. So this year it's chill. I can put my tree up whenever I want.
All right.
Usually what happens is I set the tree up and then I literally just look at it for a week and slowly put ornaments on. Because sometimes I'll make them as I go. It's the curse of being crafty. You can't just leave things alone. All right. The top ones are done. I'm going to cut out the numbers. It'd be cute if you had like a little punch and you could punch a shape out around the numbers, but I do not have a punch.
While I'm gone, select the mold you want to use.
I
just got to go get gloves.
Okay.
It'll just be a moment.
All right. Well, hold on. I got to cut this straight. This is 6. It's like my kindergarten cutting skills. All right. I've got to find things that we can print out, like put on both sides. That'll be small. I'm dying to use the bauble mold. We actually have the Blitz, the Bauble, and Holly Lane in stock. They've been out of stock. We procured some more. So if you've been wanting those IOD molds, we do have them.
We should probably use the bauble. I don't think we've used it yet.
But not for this because it's too big. I need something little.
Are they too big?
Yeah, so I need like little elements. So like this one, because I just want to put it on both sides.
Okay.
So I got to get a bunch of them so you can pour multiples, and then you can pour. Here's the Blitz. The Blitz has some little ones too. You might want to clean the clay out of those.
Done.
Official. You could do leaves. Again, they have to be the same so we can like mirror them. Does that work? Do they mirror?
Oh, you're wanting to mirror both sides? That's a lot of pouring.
I don't think that's going to
That's 48 pours.
Well, we don't have to do all of them right now.
Sure.
All right, the little elements on those.
So we should probably paint the backs of these too, since you're making a front and back.
Yeah, I will in just a second. Just pour resin. I'll get to that.
So for the rest of the video, I'll be pouring resin. Didn't know you needed that much.
We only have to do one, and they'll get the idea. I'm going to get the heat gun.
All right. Oh,
although I don't know that I have any ribbon because
my little resin measuring cups are in another cup over there, like one of the red solo cups.
I actually have it all right here for you.
You got it.
Glue, heat gun. But yeah, I had to reorder the velvet ribbon. I'm not sure that I have any.
All right, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 right off the bat.
All right, so fun fact.
And then
we can't actually finish the toppers anyways because I have to order, I ordered more ribbon and it's on the way. But we can get these done and we can show them what it will look like. I feel like people understand.
There's ribbon on the way.
Ribbon is coming. I'm not as prepared. And I would like to say that it's because I'm sick, but let's be honest, my brain is usually not prepared. I do my best thinking 15 minutes prior to the live. All right, I'm going to finish cutting out these numbers though, and then I'll paint the backs of those. Doo-doo-doo.
All right, so if you have any resin pouring questions,
why don't you give them directions on how to pour resin?
Now's the time.
We sell the resin on our website too.
I feel like I give them directions every time.
But
if you're new and you haven't been here for a long time, equal parts side A, side B of the resin. This is the amazing casting resin, not to be confused with the amazing clear cast, which is like great for jewelry or like tabletops or resin pours that you want to color. This is, oh, my knife is embedded in here.
We sell both, so that's why
this is going to harden white and fast. The amazing resin, amazing casting resin is fast. The other clear cast resin takes 24 hours to set up and dries clear. Okay. It's cool because you can like embed things in it, and it's more fun. It just takes 24 hours.
That's more of like an edited video type situation.
All right, so I'm just doing all these little.
Which paper is that? So this is the Nativity, right?
No, it's
Advent.
Just said as it's just.
Sorry,
Advent, yeah.
Advent, not Nativity. It's Advent, and it has both religious and non-religious images on it. And then we have the Santa paper, which I actually don't know how many Santas there are on that Santa paper.
There's probably enough you could do a Santa Advent.
Yeah, but this Advent, there's 24, and they have numbers.
I don't know if we have a whole one of those here. All the inventories at the shop.
Yeah, because we cut them up. So this one sheet of paper is going to make me 24 Advent ornaments.
Yep, there are 24 images. They're numbered. If you want to use the numbers, you can. If you don't, you can get rid of them.
All right. Can you pass me the paintbrush? You moved it.
Sure, but I got to hurry.
Oh, it's fine. I'll reach across.
My resin is starting to thicken.
Okay. I'm hoping that we're feeling better because I want to go do another live at the shop. That was really good last week. And we were able to show people stuff because I know everybody is like Christmas shopping and getting ready for the holidays. We have a few new things that came in this last week, so I could show that. but we've been staying at home, keeping our germs to ourselves. But in news of Christmas sales, we are running our brush sale. So every brush, Klingon, Zebra, Worcester, and stencil brushes, JRV stencil brushes, are 20% off. Buy 2 or more. So if you have not participated in that sale, I would. And it's while supplies last on some of them. So definitely don't want to miss that one.
All right, so I got distracted earlier. So when you're pouring resin, side A, side B, equal parts, mix them up. I got to talking about like the differences in the two. For both resins, doesn't matter. You need to mix them well until both sides are combined, and it's really, really important that you get very equal, precise amounts for each portion, because if you don't, your resin will stay gummy, it won't set up, it'll feel like oily and sticky, and you don't want that. You want it to harden and be done and move on. So make sure you've got equal sides, mix it really well. On this resin here, the mixture will go cloudy as you're mixing it, and then once it goes back clear again, that's when both sides are combined, and then it hardens white.
So I get this question a lot, but Brendan said, I don't have any Klingons. Which one would you recommend? I would say look at the types of brushes that you already have and just get a shape size that you don't have. Because as soon as I say, okay, this one's a great brush, you'll find a reason to use another one. Like this is the FA40. I love this because it's angled. I like to put it on flat surfaces. But then they also have like the pointy sisters, the PS brushes. Those are great for getting in details. I even use them for waxing details. And then they have the big round brushes. Those are great to hold lots of paint and blending. And then I can't remember what it's called, but there's like this big Mamma Jamma. And if you want to base coat something, it's a dream. And it holds so much paint. Debbie Beard came to visit and she was like, oh, that is the Mac Daddy of brushes. I'm like, I told you, it's like it holds a lot of paint. So it kind of depends on
you can paint a whole dresser by hand with a brush in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of brushes you already have. So I would say just get something you don't already have. And if you don't have any good paint brushes, just get like one of the FA40 is good, or
so they're
just the
super
flat
great
brushes.
Quality too. Like we've been using these brushes that we've been using are all over a year old, maybe more, maybe closer to 2.
Yeah, they hold up well. We soak them up to the barrel. This part you don't want to get this wet, but soak them in water and the paint comes right off. Okay, this is mostly dry, and I'm going to start drying the others. This is dry on the back. This side's dry. If you guys are on Facebook, if you want to hit out the share button, or even if you're on YouTube, if you want to just copy and paste and share this out, that'd be super helpful. People can see what we're doing. I love the idea of cardboard ornaments because everybody seems to have excess cardboard. And while recycling is great, even better if you can just reclaim it into something else. And I've been making DIY ornaments probably all our married life.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Because I've never been able to afford a tree the way I want it to be. And even when we have been able to, I can never find exactly what I want. So I always wind up making it.
That's the trouble when you're a crafter. You know, when you can make it better than what you find at the store, you have to do it yourself. Those are the rules. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if I just do that again, once this resin's dry, I'll be done. It was going to be a pain. I was trying to not be whiny about it, but I could feel the whininess coming. Because if I was just doing this mold, I would have to wait for it to cure, dump it,
Well, some of those are too big, but we can use them for other things.
Well, you might not want to use the B one, so I might have to do a couple extra.
Well, these ones are too big too. But that's okay because I have that mistletoe ball that I still need to put ornaments on, so I can use it for that.
All right.
I really don't want anything bigger than like that.
Oh, and some of these are already...
And some of them, I don't know that you're going to be able to back them. They're not the same on each side, so they won't be able to mirror image.
I think we can get close, a little tasteful carving.
Little zhuzhing-roo.
Yeah. So I might have to do 3 pours because some of these won't necessarily work. I didn't know there was a size requirement.
I said.
You said small.
I think. Well, think proportionate.
Oops, poured some resin out of that one. All right, do you need more cardboard? Are we ready to start cutting these to size?
I already cut some.
These are
so
dry
you want to
enough?
start decoupaging? I have 6 cut out. Just pick the side that's the most dry. And then here's the first 6, and I have the numbers over here. But the numbers I was going to put, we can decoupage the numbers on the front if you want to decoupage it like on top of it. Do you want to do that? That's kind of cute.
Do you want me to leave?
Do you want to layer the numbers on top?
We can if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to?
You can leave a little bit of a border because I'm going to use the copper patina around the edge and maybe some glitter.
So leave a border.
I know you love glitter.
Yes. It's my favorite.
I'm going to keep painting. It's funny because I haven't been into the shop and Maria's been out of town. She was there this morning. I masked up and went in and grabbed what I needed. And I'm like, I need cardboard. She's like, for what? I'm like, for making ornaments. She's like, well, what kind of cardboard do you need? I'm like, I need thick cardboard. Just funny because normally we're finding cardboard because we need the perfect size box to ship something. But today it was because I needed it for ornaments. I'm trying to come up with something cute to do with toilet paper rolls too, because with everybody being sick, we're going through a lot of toilet paper because that's what we used to blow our nose on. I know some people use tissue, but Charmin is good for your bum and your nose.
All right, I'm going to clean this up a little. This cardboard is not.
I feel like it's more heavy duty too. Some of those tissues are weak.
So I don't need to worry about the edges too much. You're going with copper around.
Oh, we had a super chat too.
Oh,
sorry. Hold on.
Read the super chat.
Well, it was just a sticker. It was from Beckhole Restoration. Sent us a super sticker. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Also, I heard, I don't know if this is true, but on Facebook, some people are getting free stars to hand out. So if you have any free stars and you haven't sent them, you can send them on this video or on any of our reels, and Facebook will actually pay us when you use the free stars. Now, I don't know if this is like if you have them, but Facebook said people have free stars. Remind them to use them on your videos. So make sure they're actually free because there are stars you have to pay for. The other thing that's nice about painting both sides, because it curls when you paint it, but then when you paint both sides, it like curls both ways and then it kind of flattens out. This one's still a little curly. But like I said, when you're all done, if they're curled, just put like something heavy on it. Oh, right now, they're the cute gnomes made out of the TP rolls. My sister Renee made a bunch of those. They're super cute. They don't really fit my French country tree, which is why I haven't made them. But maybe I can make like some sheep with toilet paper rolls. I don't know.
Do you want me to? I'm just going to center this and give it a border.
I'm blowing all my numbers. What? Oh, I'm going to cut out the first few scriptures too. Where are the scissors? Where did I put them?
I probably stole them.
You stole my scissors. Do we want to put the number on the front?
We can, but I'm going to revisit that later.
Not number one.
Yeah, number. Oh, are we going in numbers?
I guess it doesn't really matter, right? You don't necessarily have to have one per.
Yeah. Although you got some paint on that one.
But it might be cute to layer it on the front. So can you layer this on the front? Just
okay, be careful to get paint on more.
Okay, can you layer that on that one? Is that cut straight enough for you?
This one's going to be number one. It's fine. I'm going to put it down in the corner.
You're going to put my number in timeout?
I guess I could. Yeah, it's in the timeout corner. I guess I could put them wherever. We'll see how this turns out.
I'm going to try to cut them a little straighter.
We've got Jamie's creative genius and my execution. We'll see what happens because a lot of times what happens is she's got this vision in her mind, but she can't explain it quite how she wants it to me. And then I just go because I've got a separate vision in my mind of what she explained to me, and somewhere we meet in the middle. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not.
The good news is it's just cardboard and paint. So
yes,
nothing too precious. All right, I'm trying to make these look better.
So this one here, I'll show them up close in a minute.
What colors do I use on my tree? So I typically will use these are going to have a little bit more blue because they have Well, actually, just the numbers are blue because I'm cutting out the background.
Yeah.
I'm traditional. So I do red and green, but normally it's like a sagey type green and a not super bright red. And then I do metallics. So gold, silver, and copper. I do all three because I like a lot of sparkle. And I think that makes the red and gold a little less traditional. I don't know, but still mainstream. I did a blue tree many years ago. But
What's like your least favorite tree?
yeah, I like red, green, and metallics. That's what
Like
I
you
do.
got it done, and I feel like you were sad all season.
Yeah, I have a bunch of ornaments. If I had to give you advice on if you were going to DIY a bunch of stuff, like for me, I would get a container of pennies from heaven. I think it's like $33.95, but it goes a long way. And then I would get a pint of white linen. And then I would probably get 1 or 2 decoupage papers, some liquid patina, whatever your favorite mold is if you don't have one, and then a box of resin. And I really think you could probably do a lot, like an entire tree of ornaments, because you could put them on the cardboard like we're doing. You could use old like pasta lids. Last year, we even took old soup cans. We put molds on the front, decoupaged Santa, and put old knobs and cement, and we made stocking holders. So you could do that. Like there's a lot of different ways if you just have the basic supplies, and then you can make tons of ornaments. But just get like a few things and then go from there. And then nobody has your same tree. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, if you want the printable with the 24 scriptures for the Advent, you could use it for this craft or any craft that needs a scripture. We have them on our website. They're free. Caitlin dropped the link. I'm sure she'll drop it again at some point. Or you could just go to the blog on Jamie Ray Vintage, and it's a PDF.
I need number 2.
They're all King James.
Yep, King James version.
So if you don't like that version, then you're going to have to come up with your own scriptures, because that's what we have. That's what we use. Okay. This is 1. I'm probably gonna have to. You want me to keep these in order, huh?
Those ones, yeah, because they're kind of like
Micah, Isaiah, Luke, Palms.
Yeah, they lead up to the 24th.
Psalms. I always say it palms, like palm tree. Psalms. There we go. And these ones are easy because this is just Luke 2, and they're numbered 1 through 20.
So those ones aren't necessarily, they don't have to be in order, I guess. They're just prophecies of Christ's coming. And one's about
the Christmas crackers. Oh, where they put the tissue paper over them and then you could crack it open with the toilet paper roll. That'd be cute. This year, I think everybody's just going to get dollars. And then they can just use what they want. Save it, buy Christmas presents. Why does this say David with a smiley face? Or is that just a parentheses?
Yes.
Oh. It looks like a smiley face.
Too many emoticons.
Zeb's taking liberties here with emojis.
I just copied and pasted.
Yeah. You could also just use odds and end tissue paper too for the Christmas crackers. We always have extra decoupage paper. I actually have an idea to use extra transfer scraps. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
I was going to do it next week.
Don't forget to use
because once we get the
idea
Christmas
with the
tree
extra
decorated, then I'm going to be in like DIY stocking stuffer and Christmas present mode. So I'm sure Waste Not Wednesday will encompass many of those things. Generally, you guys just get whatever my brain is currently fixated on. That's how that works.
These scissors are not my friend.
I have the good ones. I am not very good at cutting, though. Those are not.
What? Your kindergarten skills are excellent. Don't lie.
No.
Don't lie.
I usually use like a paper. What are those things with the chopper things?
Oh.
but the one I have doesn't have a, like it's old school. It's like antique. It doesn't
a
have any safety features.
Also not good for you to be using.
When my brain is not quite functioning. Sorry, when I'm not sick, I can generally cut and talk, but
not today.
Not today, sir. What are Christmas crackers? So they're just like toilet paper rolls, and then can you put fix the camera?
Yeah.
You take toilet paper rolls and you put like treats and stuff or little prizes in them, and then you decoupage them and put like tissue paper over the ends, and you decoupage in the middle, and then they can just crack open the tissue paper, and then out comes the surprise.
I need 3.
You need 3? The number 3?
Mm-hmm.
I got you. 3.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just making sure everything's good on that end. I might have to like cut these a little better, but I feel like it's going to be a while before you get to them, the back sides.
Oh.
Should I heat gun this so I can start?
I don't know if I would heat
Let's
gun
just
these.
do the fronts, then we'll do the backs, and then
If you want, you could take a little trip up there and show them these close up.
You have left a little bit more edge. Like I need like half that amount.
Oh, we'll just cut it.
I know. I'm gonna wait till it dries. We'll show it to them in a minute.
Sorry, these are all different sizes, so I'm just throwing them on.
Okay, once we get them on there, if you want to go half the distance to the goal.
Okay.
That's a football term. It's a penalty. We have state playoffs or state championship this Friday. And fun football fact, Lehigh is 5A, and there's 2 high schools in Lehigh. There's Lehigh High School and Skyridge. Skyridge is 6A. And both Lehigh and Skyridge are in the 5A and the 6A championship. So we are really hoping to bring home both the 5A state championship and the 6A state championship to Lehigh.
I'm trying to convince her to go to both games because Skyridge plays Corner Canyon at 11 and Lehigh plays at 2 in the same stadium. I'm like, we could just go watch both the Lehigh schools and it would be amazing.
It's going to be cold. We've been sick. I told them we could go to half of the Skyridge game. Because I can't
commit. It's televised, so I
can't commit to 6 hours of cold football.
It is like the high is going to be 36. It is sunny though, so sitting out there won't be too bad.
Yeah, the good news is I have snow pants and I will wear them. I do not care if they are unattractive. I've been known to wear my hunting bibs. Last time I wore my black ski pants. Those are a little less obtrusive because they're black and not camo. But I don't know why I barely came up with the idea to wear snow pants to football games because I froze my patootie off for years the end of the season. And now I'm like, nope, not doing that. Wear my snow boots, wear my snow pants. Stay plenty warm.
So we like to just, we like the wrinkled effect that you get when you decoupage like this. What you can do if you don't want wrinkles, and it would work on the cardboard too, is you can put your decoupage medium on, let it dry, then you put your paper on, and then you can iron that on there. And then once that's dry and cooled off, then you can put another layer over the top and you won't get your wrinkles. You can iron it again if you do get any wrinkles. But the iron will heat up this liquid patina and suck the paper down to it. There's lots of great videos. We've done it a few times, but I don't think I have a dedicated video just to that.
Yeah, I'm not positive. We'll get to it eventually.
Number 4.
You need number 4. Okay. Hold on. They asked if we had a beachy decoupage paper. We do have mermaids.
We have mermaids.
That's as beachy
we don't
as we
have
got.
like shells and stuff, if that's what you're looking for.
But we do have a seashell mold and seashell. Caitlin, do we still have seashell stamps? So you could use those for like beachy typed Christmas ornaments. That's the nice thing about the molds too, and the decoupage paper, whatever, is you can like create.
Oh, these are.
I'm not saving these parts, the Luke 2 and the scriptures from the. We don't need that.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. I just put the references on there.
Do you want to save Luke 2 for like the first one from Luke?
Sure.
I mean,
I know it's Luke 2. I can almost.
Will our progenitors who inherit this set know? I hope so.
What? This is going to get inherited?
Yeah, listen, I don't know. Anyways, you can take the...
If you are lucky enough to be one of our children that inherits the cardboard advent, I'm telling you what.
We also somewhere have stamped bags that we used for Advent, remember? We did that IOD bags one year. Done lots of different things. Any tutorials on using vintage t-shirt iron-ons for furniture or something besides shirts? I've never seen a vintage t-shirt iron-on, so no. Renee, confession time. I get on Pinterest maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Confession, I'm on Pinterest like 3 or 4 times a day. If you haven't followed us on Pinterest, Jamie Ray Vintage on Pinterest. Caitlin puts all of our blog posts on there. I stick every short form, little short video on there, and then everything that I randomly pin. Some people have very well curated, organized Pinterest. Mine has like 60 boards, but I do pin cool stuff if you want to follow me on Pinterest.
Mostly it's recipes on things she thinks she wants to eat.
That is true. One of our #1 blog posts is my bread recipe. Oh, I'm not going to cut this down because I can't be responsible. Can you cut that down in a minute?
Why don't you paint it and then I'll cut it what doesn't get painted.
Let's see.
This is taking very little decoupage medium, the liquid patina here. This is the DIY liquid patina. It dries clear. It's very matte.
A little goes a long
very
way.
Thick. I need #5.
I got you.
If you want to put them here, I could just grab them.
Okay. Do you need me to cut out more pictures?
Well, we're up to 6. I'm cruising through them.
All right, I just don't want to get moving this and this because I think I've painted.
Let's see.
Quite
We
a bit of
got
cardboard
1, 2. They actually look pretty good with just the white outline, but they do look a little unfinished.
They're gonna be. I'm gonna zhuzh them up.
Zhuzh away.
Zhuzh. All right, I'll cut these.
Every time I sing this one, I want to sing that song, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. I won't do it right now because my voice is super froggy. It'll probably crack. But
what is decoupage? Decoupage is just you take liquid patina and you put paper on something else, and that is decoupage. It's French for putting crap on stuff with a decoupage medium.
I'm trying not to wheeze so bad right now.
I don't know if that.
When you look that up,
you probably should Google it for a better.
When you look it up in the
description.
dictionary, if it says that, I will die.
That's the Jamie Ray dictionary. Probably not correct. More than not. I am not good at that stuff. I inherited it from my dad. I make up words. I pronounce things wrong. All right, there's another one. Hey, Debbie. She's on here. Jude says, love that crap. My mom says, don't say crap, so I try not to.
Is that real?
Yeah, she lives with me, so I still get in trouble occasionally. The other day, she told me to hang up my clothes.
The conversation about what food was healthy and what food was not the other night was cracking me up. We almost had a very heated debate.
Well, my mom
not me, Jamie and her mom.
We were having a debate, but my mom kept like giving me. My mom loves whatever the newest diet fad is that she like reads about. And I'm more old fashioned and like if it was good 80 years ago, it's probably healthy now. That's kind of the way Zeb and I roll. And so we're trying to get more whole ingredients. In fact, our daughter, much to her dismay, opened the fridge the other day and was like, there's nothing in here. Oh, there's lots in there. It's just ingredients. As in, you can't just throw whatever it is in the microwave as is and have a meal. You have to put a couple of things together. Although we have a freezer full of stuff and tons of stuff like food in the basement, like you would not believe because we do food storage. But the fridge is mostly just like milk, canned, like things that we've canned that we've only eaten half of in
it's
there.
Ingredients to make other stuff.
Cheese, meat, like just basics, vegetables that we refrigerate that aren't canned. And she was just having a fit the other day. Zeb was a nice dad and made her a grilled cheese sandwich on homemade bread.
It was on the homemade bread. She's like, I have to slice the bread. I got to slice the cheese. she was just on and on and on.
It was a block of cheese.
And she was hungry, so she was like, you know, when your blood sugar gets low, you don't want to go make like a full-blown meal. I'm like, just have some cereal. We still have cereal.
My mom was actually complaining this morning because since we have a milk cow now, we don't have like milk jugs, and they're eco-friendly, man. There's no milk jugs going in the garbage. We have all French canning jars, the Le Parfait ones. And the milk is very creamy because we have a Jersey cow, and it sticks to the sides of the jars. And so my mom was whining because, and it is real. You have to like really, it doesn't just come off in the dishwasher. That's how thick that cream is. So you got to really scrub it off. It sticks to the sides.
It's like Crisco on the side.
Yeah. Okay, the actual Linda Baker's got my back. She says decoupage, French from découper, which means cut out. There you go. And let's see. Oh, Cool Cake says the reason why I say things wrong is because I speak a second language. That is probably true. My brain, I was in my formative years when I spoke Spanish as well. And so sometimes I just don't say things the same way. And I think that's just part of it. It's just the way my brain is wired.
All right, I'm going to show a few of these that are getting drier.
Okay.
So this is what we're doing with them. So just I'm doing the numbers in the little corner. You could offset them or do something different or handwrite a number if you got some cool ephemera with numbers on there.
Oh, Debbie, my mom's not dieting. She's always looking for
She was
help,
very
things
proud.
to make
She's
her feel
like,
better.
I'm 106 right now.
I know. But I have, she likes hot cocoa, so I have got her to agree, instead of using her almond milk, which we lovingly refer to as nut juice, I've got her to agree to use the cow's milk in her cocoa because she needs all the cream she can get. And it doesn't bother her stomach because it's raw milk.
So you can see kind of the little wrinkles on there a little bit. These ones are going to be a little shiny because they're not dry yet. And as they dry, it sucks down the paper more.
Kathy says cold meds, just Sudafed. I don't really like taking cold medicine. We always have trolls on here, and I'm like, do you know the kind of people that frequent Jamie Ray Vintage? Like, we're not interested in your X-rated dating site.
This is one of my favorites here. It doesn't look very clear on the actual paper, but once you put it on a white background, it really pops.
Oh yeah, show them the difference here. I'm gonna finish cutting this. I want to show them what it looks like with no white backer. It's really pretty great.
This one?
Yeah, you're gonna show them the difference.
All right, so you can see.
Where did 7 go? Did you already use it?
I have 7.
Oh, okay.
All right, so kind of very pastel here. I guess this will be 8. I'll do this as 8.
Okay. And then once they dry, then we can take the scriptures and decoupage them on the other side.
If we were really organized, we would like line up the scriptures with the day, but I'm not going to worry about that much.
As long as one gets the first scripture, which is Micah, Isaiah, then Luke, then Psalms. Did I say it right? And then all the Luke scriptures. Have you ever tried crack wheat cooked like porridge? So Zeb can't eat regular wheat, but he can eat kamut. So on my Christmas wish list is a wheat grinder, so I can buy wheat berries, the kamut wheat berries, and then we can do cream of wheat. My sister Karen has an extra wheat grinder, so she might bring it to me when she comes and picks up her daughter from college. But if she doesn't bring me one, I'm asking Santa for a wheat grinder because the one I want, it's kind of spendy. Although, who knows? We just got our bill for the taxes on the church property. I thought it was included in our payment, like how our house is. Turns out it's not.
Yeah, property tax is getting us this fall.
And we just barely, because we always extend, we just finished paying our federal and our state taxes. And I'm like, well.
It's a homemade Christmas, kids. Get ready.
It's going to be DIY.
Fortunately for them,
we got
Jamie
mad
and I can
DIY
make some
skills.
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good for them anyways.
I'm going to put a thinner one on that.
And you know what? We got lots of cool stuff at the shop. They could just do all their Christmas shopping at the shop.
They can get all like French. They're gonna open their stockings. It's gonna be like French soaps and chapsticks.
Jack's gonna be like, French soap, just what I want.
Every year. Jack is like, this is exactly what I wanted, no matter what you get him.
Yeah, he's great. He loves all of it.
And then Redrick over there is he's our grumpy cat. Every family's got one. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. It's always someone who's like, oh, that's not what I wanted.
But then he figures it out. I think it's because he puts like this image in his head of these things, and then he's the one at the end who's the most pleased.
We're really trying to the last few years we've tried to take the focus away from like getting gifts and more towards giving gifts, and I think that's been helping him.
You know what I thought would be fun? I was actually thinking about this the other day. What we'll do is, because they always draw names, we'll do a thrifted Christmas.
Oh.
Like they still get their $20 that they get to spend, but they get to spend it at DI. Because every single one of our kids loves crap from the thrift store, and their $20 could spread way further at DI, right? So
and
that's
they got good stuff there.
I thought that'd be fun to do a challenge and challenge them to do a thrifted Christmas for each other.
I had these in order, and then I showed them, and I got them all mixed up. I guess it doesn't matter. I actually really love that idea.
I thought it was pretty good. I forgot to tell you about it, but now I did. And I told everybody else too. So if we forget, they'll remember. These also make really cute. We did them a while ago. I'll show them if you haven't missed it. They make cute signs. So if you want to do neighbor gifts, you could really get a bunch of neighbor gifts with some scrap wood and decoupage signs. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll do that for our neighbor gift this year. We got a whole pile of wood. And make the kids paint it. They haven't painted anything in a while. All my kids know how to paint. Back when Jack was 5, he painted a end table, and I sold it. It was when 2020 happened, and everybody was home all the time, and he painted this, and they didn't even know that a 5-year-old painted it until I told them. All right, I was just going to show them.
I'm going to demold some of this resin so I can get another pour going, and we can actually show them what.
So here's some signs we made a while ago. This is, I don't know if it's, ta-da. So this is the same paper. We just used the images on 1x12 or whatever this was, and we cut it down. And this is liquid patina. We used the cottage color, and the cottage color has a built-in sealer so that we were able to put dark wax over the top of it. I still haven't painted the backs, but these are mine. My crafts never get all the way finished. So I do have some Christmas decor up because these have been on my mantle for a while.
Yeah, since before we went to.
Since before Halloween. All right. Let's see if there's any questions.
Okay.
Esther said a few years ago we moved to more experiences and less stuff. Yeah, we always think we're going to do a trip. But trips this time of year, it seems like it's just hard to get away. The kids always have
well, even though football season is ending, Odelia cheers for basketball, and Lehigh is also very competitive at basketball, so that's intense and lots of practices. And then she gets into her cheer competition season where the girls actually do their own competing for cheer.
Well,
and it goes until March.
Redrick actually has a football tournament this weekend, so he actually leaves today. Mariah's taking him down, and he'll be gone all weekend.
Oh, I didn't even say goodbye to him. I was in bed.
She's picking him up out of school today, so
yeah.
Well, you can send a note.
That's all right. He'll be okay.
And the boys they're going to do 7-on-7 this year with football. It's not tackle. It's like a passing football game. So they just had tryouts for that. But that actually won't start till like the end of February, which is nice to have a little break. Let's see. Oh, that's cute. Tracy said my grandkids have lots of toys, so they're going to do dates with grandma and grandpa.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fun. Kids
yeah,
like
our kids also have lots of toys. In fact, they have so many, we have nowhere to store them.
Well, they're not toys, they're electronics.
Yeah,
you know what you could do?
Legos.
That they probably would love is we can finish the basement the way we wanted to.
Oh.
And move the playroom down there and get all the kids moved into there, because we're going to split up Jack and Redrick because Jack's a hot mess. He's a creative.
And he's creative like Jamie is, and and Redrick is not. Redrick is actually like really creative. He's
not a
artist.
mess the way Jack is. Jack
kind of fastidious. He's a little neat. Like he does his hair every morning when he's going to school, and he makes sure all his clothes are nice and not wrinkled. And Jack's over here, shirt is inside out, pants are on backwards, hair's got a big old rooster tail, socks don't match, the shoes match, but they're not tied, and he's headed out the door. That's their personalities.
I don't think I'm going to get to this because these are going to need more cardboard.
And anyway, Redrick, being almost 12, has about had it with his little 8-year-old brother making a mess of their room. So we're like, you know what? We have this extra room. Let's just move this TV that they play video games on down to the basement, and I'll put some passcodes on to make sure that they only can play certain things that we allow, and done.
We have like almost a full basement underneath the old part of the house. And half of it is food storage, but half of it's junk. And because we have the barn at the church now, a lot of the work stuff that's been in our garage is moving to the church shop barn. And a lot of the stuff from the basement can now go into half of the garage. And then we'll have room down there. And it's already wired and stuff, so that just needs to put lights. So I think they would enjoy that. Get that space finished, get them separated.
Well, and we could do it for cheap, like what the lights cost. We could even go to like Habitat for Humanity and do some cool upcycled lights.
I'm going to bring this.
It's the basement. You know who would really like that is Eliza. She always, and Odelia more and more now that she's dating Cooper. Cooper and all his football buddies end up over at our house quite a bit.
We have a giant couch, but for whatever reason, they always wind up going in the playroom because they all like to play video games. So we just put the playroom couch down in the basement, which was a DI find.
Yeah.
And we put the TV down there. Then they can have a place to go. And sometimes they like to come over late, and the little kids are in bed, so it'd be nice to have it separated. But you're going to... Look who's on here. Speaking of Cooper.
Hey, Cooper, what's up?
He says quite often. But the other thing is we're going to have to put some sort of soundproofing because there's no subfloor underneath our wood floor.
I could probably do it with one spray foam kit and just spray the floor.
They were all over here on Saturday, and I was noticing it wasn't Cooper. I think it was Trevor. So it was Sadie's, and all the girls and their dates were over here. All their dates are football players, and Trevor's realizing that there's some flex in our floor. I don't think he's ever been in a 100-year-old house, and he's like this, like trying to make the floor.
He's probably like
you are going to fall.
It's like 260 pounds of defensive lineman testing out my 100-year-old flooring. Or well, actually, it's like.
Well, and Odelia likes to do her cheer routines right here in the living room because it's a big open area, and every time she does, the whole house is like shaking because she's flopping.
We don't have subfloor, and it's only 2x6 floor joists, so like some things need to change on that. We're actually. Since it doesn't have a subfloor, we're like, you know what? Let's just like the painted floor. We craft and do too much work in here. It's not holding up well with
Micah
our
5 is the first one, right? And then is Isaiah.
Sure, any of those 4 can go in any order.
Okay,
they're just prophecies of Christ from the Old Testament.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, we have a PDF that has the scriptures for the Advent on there, so you can print that out. And I'm just decoupaging them on the back with the image on the front. And I'm going to give it a little copper edging. Jane says, hopefully the floor won. The floor
did win. It's fine.
Trevor did not go through the floor. Can you open that for me, though?
Yep.
Sounds like the kids have a lot of fun at your house. A lot of something. Luckily, they're very patient with the fact that my house is a hot mess. Like Eliza had a bunch of girls over here yesterday.
Oh, they always just are like, oh, I love your house. Because they come in and they like the ceiling's vaulted and it's got the old rafters. Kids aren't used to seeing that. Most of these kids live in like a what I would call a track home. Like there's 5 different models of the house in the subdivision.
The kids that are from this hood.
Yeah, if you're from the older part of Lehigh, you're living in an older house like we are. But most people haven't gone to the extent of renovation that we did on this.
And not everybody likes it either, but that's all right. I'm going to use a stencil brush.
Is that too much? I trimmed that a lot.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter because I can bring the gold wherever I want, the copper wherever I want it.
Yeah, you can go over a little too if you want. It'll give it that holiday flair.
copper this up here.
So my dad is out of the country. I need to try to get a hold of him. My mom might know too, but my dad's the farmer with animals. My mom planted everything growing up, but I don't know that they had anything more than chickens when she was a girl. But my dad grew up milking cows in the morning. I need to be like, hey, Dad, I've got her in kind of this semi-pasture. She's on like a 1/4 acre that she roams around. But I've got a shed, and it was 20 degrees last night. I go out to feed her this morning. She's out laying in the middle of the field. She's got a blanket that I have strapped to her that's waterproof. And I've done, like, she'll be good down to -10 as long as she's dry. Like, she'll be fine and happy. But I'm like, why don't you just go lay in that shed that's full of straw and just chill? So I need to figure out if there's like some magical trick. And if you know, comment below. I mean, maybe I just need to like put some oats in there every night for her and coax her in until she knows that that's where the bed is. Kind of like with the chickens.
I was just thinking kind of like catnip. You put cow nip.
Some cow nip. She will go anywhere for some oats. She actually, the only time she's even slightly aggressive is when you have the oat bucket, and she goes for it.
All right, so I put a little glitter, a little copper around the edge, and I'm gonna copper the other side too. Cooper says, I love your house, even though we built our own house. Cooper, did you help like actually do the building stuff like we did on the renovation here? We didn't know you back then. Harrington likes to remind us that he helped put all the trusses in because we didn't have a fancy crane. When we put the trusses in the addition, when we put the trusses in on the addition, Zeb and Harrington used a boat winch.
I got a boat winch. I got 2 boat winches off of Amazon and drilled them into the side of the walls up top and anchored them down. And then he ran one side and I ran the other. And then by the time we got it to the top, because it wasn't above the side of the wall, we had to drag the truss. And one of them was like 600-pound truss because I had the weights of how much each truss weighed. Well, one slipped and fell all the way back down to the ground, and it caught him in the chin as it was slipping over, and it knocked him off the ladder.
He also touched a live wire. Cooper said that they did some of it. It's a good character building thing.
He only talks about his experience finally. He was fine. It didn't hurt him. It just surprised him. But anyway, that probably not the safest way to get your trusses. You dug your foundation.
Did you dig it with a shovel, Cooper, or did you have like a backhoe?
I'm sure they have a backhoe.
The foundation is actually one of the things that we hired out.
Is there a basement under that house? Cooper's house is big.
Yeah, we actually just saw it for the first time the other day because Redrick, that's a kid. Redrick had a 7-on-7 tryout in their barn that they rent out. All right, so this is mostly done, so you get the idea. I might come back with some dark wax too later, but here, I'll do this. So this is day 1. It's got the number on the bottom and then the scripture on the back.
Do you need, I should have molds soon, like within 2 or 3 minutes.
The problem is I don't have ribbon.
Oh.
So I can show them kind of what it'll look like, but I can't glue it together.
Well, here, since you're not going to glue it together, just hold it up there and
I'm going to paint
them.
it. Let me paint it.
That copper.
The shovel was when someone was acting up. I like your dad. That reminds me when we put our French drain in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So we put a French drain around the outside of our addition, and I was in charge of shoveling all the rock. How many tons of rock did we shovel? Was it like 15 or something?
Yeah, I think I hauled 15 tons in.
With a shovel and a wheelbarrow. That was fun.
Harrington was the wheelbarrow hauler, and Jamie spread it over the pipe, the gravel.
It's good times. All right, do you have the other side of this done?
Other side of what? No, it's close. Okay. Like I said, about 4 minutes.
All right, well, I'll keep painting them all copper so that way they're.
These would be fun. Like, we're gonna hang ours, but those little pouches that you made, we had it on a big board, and they were like pouches for each day that you made out of the.
Yeah, you could put them on a hook too, and do
what was that? Like that? Not grain sack. It was burlap. Those little sacks, you could just slip them down in like a sleeve like that.
I want to show the people that I'm smart today. I put my mic on my shirt.
Hopefully mine hasn't been too
So-
scratchy. I shaved, so hopefully it's not catching too much on my neck.
Because the other day I had it on my sweater, then I got hot, my sweater got flung, and then my mic got flung. I think we wore our kids out on the house though, because they helped less when we renovated the church. And the church is actually still not done, so there's many more projects that they can.
Yeah,
help
we
out
actually need to.
with.
I feel like
the
we
other
need to
side
get the
needs.
upstairs done so that we can move even more things out of the barn.
Yeah, we have like the second and third floor that need stuff done to it.
We need
Eventually,
to fix up that
Harrington's going to move out of the
bathroom.
cottage, and I'm going to remodel it. Like, there's never-ending projects over there.
It might be longer though, because his friends ducked out. They're like decided they were like, "Whoa, rent is actually a lot. We don't want to pay that much. We'll stay living with mom and dad."
Yeah, I thought I was going to get an Airbnb. I was all excited. And Harrington picked up a second cat to rescue. So that's hard to find a place that wants to rent to somebody that has 2 cats.
It was running around at his yard where he works, where they park the trucks, and he found it and brought it home. Got her all her immunizations, and she's like 8 weeks old.
Now, Harrington is talking to a nursing school, so he's probably going back to school in the spring, which is good.
It's probably going to cost me.
I know. I think he thought that I was going to be more excited when he told me that, but I was like, I just pay taxes. You got to slow your roll. And then Odelia, I'm like, why is it that you're going to start going back to school when Odelia is going to start going?
Yeah, why did you wait? You
like a double
graduated
whammy.
3 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
It's all right.
I don't know that he waited. He just had a hard time with going to school.
All right, that one's dry, so you can keep moving.
At COVID. I'm going to do a big one. These ones are going to get knocked out quick. This is much easier to cut this with this. It's better scissors.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Sweet Pickens has a new milk pink color. Oh, are we at it? Oh, it's 11:02.
We're out of time.
All right, well, I can kind of show them where we're going with this, and then we can head out.
I think
But Sweet Pickens has a new milk paint color that came out last Friday, and this Friday's video, we're going to be using it. So definitely check back on Friday on our channel. All right. So you're going to have to use some imagination because they're not all the way finished here yet. But I'm going to take... So Zeb is doing the other side of this right now. This is just resin painted with copper patina. And I'm going to glue this on the top here. Ooh!
Just like that?
Just like that. I'm going to glue that on the top like that. And then I'll glue one on the other side, and I'll have ribbon in between it. And that's how I'm going to hang them. And they're all going to be a little bit different. You guys get the idea.
Once we get the tree up.
What's the color? So this is copper patina, DIY's copper patina. Pennies from Heaven is the color. I use this a lot when I want a little metallic bling, and then I just sprinkle glitter on it because glitter makes everything better. And we used white linen in the background. So, all right, guys, we're going to keep working on these, but we're going to go. If you need copper patina, decoupage paper, or you want to pick up the...
Here's what the whole paper looks like before we cut it. I don't think we showed you.
Oh, I don't think we did. If you want brushes that are 20% off, go to jamierayvintage.com. We've got everything on there, and you can always ask questions, and we'll come back later and help you out. Have a great week, and we will see you later.
All right, guys. Catch you later. If you do anything with the Advent, we'd love you to show us in the group.
Yes, if you're not part of the Jamie Ray Vintage group on Facebook, you can join. I
just accepted like 170 people because I hadn't done it since we went to
Europe.
Europe.
We were a little behind. So, all right, bye, guys. Oh, what's the new color? It's color number 1.
There's like a competition to name it, or a drawing, or a giveaway, or something.
If you go to our website and look up Sweet Pickens, look for color number 1. Yeah. It's like a sagey green color. It's
the
not
competition's not through us. That's through Sweet Pickens.
It's not as bright as patina, and it's more green than Sweetie Jane. So we'll make a video with it on Friday.
All right, catch you guys later.
Yeah, Sweet Pickens milk paint. That's the new color.